What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa Show, where I cover the latest cryptocurrency news articles to keep you informed on what is going on in this space. And sorry for being 5 minutes late. It's just getting busier and busier here. Looks like I'm not 30 minutes like yesterday, but I'm here. It's going to be probably a quicker video than usual. Got not too many articles to cover, but I really want to talk about the banks and crypto. What's going on there? We got banks offering Polygon pool staking now in Swiss. We have North Dakota Bank coming out with their own coin, and then we have ourselves coming out with our own Bitcoin-backed bank, and we will be the first if everything goes through. So let's go through the news articles today and just go through what I have for you today. So let's start off with the Swiss crypto bank Amina to offer Polygon pool staking with up to 15% reward. So very nice. But Amina Bank has become the first regulated financial institution to offer staking for Polygon pool token, allowing institutional clients to earn up to 15% reward. So that's nice. They're letting their clients use some crypto because usually they'll be filling up their own bags. So I wonder what they're going to be taking in. So they're offering 15%. I wonder what they're going to be getting. Half of that? I forget how much you get for a staking pool. But let's continue on with the article. So Swiss crypto bank Amina Bank has become the first financial institution to offer staking services for Pol, the native token securing the Polygon network. Now, the Zug-based bank licensed by the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority, FINMA, said on Thursday that it will provide institutional clients with up to 15% in staking rewards through a new partnership with Polygon Foundation. Now, our expansion of Pol services provides institutional clients with regulated access to the blockchain, enabling our clients to be rewarded for providing stability, security, and to the blockchain network used by some of the biggest financial institutions. Now, Amina's chief product officer, Miles Harrison, said that Marie Adam G., head of the investors and relations at Polygon Labs, explained that staking rewards are calculated based on validator yields. She said if an institutional purchase and stakes Pol, they currently earn around 4% validator yield. Now, on top of that, they'll receive an additional 10% bonus in Pol after staking for 1 year. Now, that's how we arrive up to the 15% figure mentioned. It combines the network yield with a one-time bonus incentive, she told Cointelegraph. Now, the base yield is variable and depends on network performance, while the bonus pool is fixed for participants who maintain their stake for a full year. So, okay, so you're in reality getting a 4% yearly stake when you're staking with their bank. And the other 10% just to say, if you're holding for a whole year, we're giving you an extra 10%. So this is the 15% numbers I just said. But Adam G said that they are seeing early interest from asset managers, corporate treasuries, and family offices. Now, the combination of rewards, airdrops, and network participation is proving to be quite attractive, she noted. Now, Polygon has surpassed the $1 billion in tokenized assets right now. So they are building, so they're a real-world asset layer 2 network on Ethereum. But Polygon underpins major Web3 initiatives from financial giants like BlackRock, JP Morgan, Franklin Templeton, and Stripe. The network has also become a hub for tokenization and on-chain finance. According to data from rwa.xyz, Polygon ranks third among all blockchains and real-world assets and tokenization, with over $1.13 billion in total value spread across 273 tokenized assets. Now, Ethereum remains the dominant with at least 56% market cap of this tokenized share. And here is the slide or the number showcasing from the RWA website. So you see Ethereum still number 1, but Polygon takes number 3 with ZK Sync number 2. Now, in May, Amina, formerly SIBA Bank, posted record 2024 results with revenue up 69% year over year to $40.4 million and assets under management surging 136% to $4.2 billion, driven by strong institutional demand and global expansion. Now, Coinbase offers staking in New York. I've been hearing a lot of stuff going on in New York. Nothing good, but let's hear what Coinbase is doing there. So Amina Bank's latest offering comes amid a growing interest in staking services. On Wednesday, Coinbase received approval from New York regulators to offer staking services to its residents, now allowing users to earn rewards on assets such as Ether and Solana. Now, way to go. Your exchange can offer you staking rewards, even though you can do that yourself with a self-custody wallet. Just saying, because they don't need to know that that's coming from you. Just use a VPN self-custody wallet, you're solid. But on Monday, Grayscale became the first US-based crypto fund issuer to introduce staking for its exchange-traded products, starting with its Ethereum and Solana funds. So now we got some ETPs out there with staking capabilities. So yeah, but this is the news based off of Swiss crypto bank Amina. So banks and institutions are going to be rolling out some crypto services to their clients. Like they have offered it beforehand, as always, but back then it was only to their high-end clients. So the ones with the most money, oh, we're going to throw it to you, but not the little guy. And then so like there will be though more offerings coming to the public. Banks are going to soon start holding crypto for you as well. And soon banks will also be Bitcoin backed. Like it's going to happen, but luckily we are going to be the first ones doing it with our private key capital bank. But let's this first, I'll talk more about private key in a little bit, but let's go over our next article. Let's go to the Bank of North Dakota, how they're tapping into their own stablecoin or currency they're creating. I don't really like the name of it, but let's hear about it. So the Bank of North Dakota taps Fiserv to launch the state-backed Rough Rider coin. See, like, I don't know, how do you feel about this name? It just makes me cringe. But North Dakota's stablecoin endeavor follows Wyoming's Frontier stablecoin as more states test blockchain-based money. So the Bank of North Dakota and the financial technology firm Fiserv announced on Wednesday that they will launch Rough Rider Coin, a US dollar-backed stablecoin set to debut in 2026. Now the token operate on Fiserv digital asset platform, the FIUSD, and be available to state banks and credit unions. Now, Fiserv launched the FIUSD in June, a blockchain-based system that allows banks and credit unions to issue and transfer dollar-backed digital assets. The same month, MasterCard said it would integrate FIUSD into its global payments network, built on the Solana blockchain. Now, the Rough Rider coin will be the first state-issued stablecoin to use this platform. Now, the coin will aim to increase bank-to-bank transactions, encourage global money movement, and drive merchant adoption. Now, head of embedded finance at Fiserv, Sunil Sachdev his name at Fiserv, so the embedded finance at Fiserv, Sunil Sachdev, he told Decrypt that said, there are still several barriers to widespread adoption, such as building rules around consumer protection, like what payments giants Visa and MasterCard offer for their card payments. Now, Fiserv said that the coin will be backed one-to-one with the US dollar and it's interoperable with other assets on the FIUSD platform. Now, the state plans to use it to speed up transactions between North Dakota's financial institutions. Now, the Bank of North Dakota has always been an innovator, and today we announce a partnership with Fiserv to develop ND's own stablecoin. Now, the Rough Rider coin, or the North Dakota governor, Kelly Armstrong, wrote on X about it. Now, this digital asset backed by the US dollar will improve efficiency and quality control in the banking sector, a direct benefit for our residents, he added. Now, the name Rough Rider honors Theodore Roosevelt's volunteer cavalry regiment from Spanish-American War. Okay, so now I feel bad. I like Teddy. I like Theodore Roosevelt. So, do I still feel cringe? I don't associate it with that name. So it's weird, but I guess that's where it's coming from. So it's in honor of Teddy Roosevelt and his volunteer cavalry regime from the Spanish-American War. So, okay, so that is where this name comes from. Okay, very American, very strong. Changed my mind right there. But Roosevelt's time ranching in the Badlands of the western North Dakota helped shape his conversation and leadership ideals. Now, bank officials said that the name reflects both the legacy and the state's reputation for practical innovation in the finance and industry. Now, passed in July, the Genius Act created the first national framework for payment stablecoins, and the North Dakota Industrial Commission said that Rough Rider coin aligns with that law and will support faster, more secure transactions between state financial institutions. Now, the commission, which oversees the Bank of North Dakota and includes Governor Armstrong, Attorney General Drew Wrigley, and Agricultural Commissioner Doug Goring, formally authorized the bank to begin its development and a beta version of the Rough Rider coin earlier this month. Now, for Sachdev, the Rough Rider coin project reflects growing confidence in blockchain-based finance and the broader shift towards regulated digital money. Now, unlike cryptocurrencies known for their price volatility, and stablecoins offer the benefits of blockchain technology, speed, efficiency, and accessibility, while providing stability more like traditional financial assets. Sachdev said that state-issued stablecoins follow the same regulations. Now, the launch follows a similar effort in Wyoming, which introduced the Frontier Stablecoin Token, the FRNT, in August, through a partnership between the Wyoming Stable Token Commission and the blockchain infrastructure firm Layer Zero. So we still have a lot of banks and institutions that get involved with their own stablecoin right now. across the world, governments are using CBDCs, which are kind of the same thing, just there's differences to it. I think we've covered a class that we're going to be doing that soon, but they're pretty much the same thing. Controlled, centralized tokens, usually back to the dollar. Well, stable coins are back to the dollar. CBDCs, I'm not sure what they're really doing or what they're going to be pegged to. Maybe it's going to be, again, maybe it's similar to the dollar too. But this is North Dakota launching their stablecoin. So we had Wyoming first with the front token, and now we have Rough Rider coin in North Dakota. So again, institutions and banks are getting involved with crypto, and like it's happening faster than ever because we never had this before. It was always against cryptocurrencies because that was the rule, that was the law. But as we get more regulations and rules put in place, it's just the faster this adoption hits. But other news for banks and everything in the crypto space. Here's from Bitcoin Magazine, a Twitter post. $4.1 trillion State Street says that most institutions are expected to double their Bitcoin and crypto holdings by 2028. Bullish. So yeah, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, but 2028, does that mean they're not going to be like offering crypto and Bitcoin to their clients until that long? So it kind of makes sense. Like, don't get into this right now for what they're saying. Let us acquire it first, and then we'll offer it to you. We'll give you the scraps of what we don't get. So banks are always going to back themselves up first before they want to deal or before they even want to help their clients. So that's just obvious facts out there. You know that with the fees they give to all their personal users, they don't care about their clients at all, the little guys. It's like, here's a fee for opening your account. Here's a fee if you want to close it. Here's a fee if you want to wire money overseas. Here's a fee. There's so many fees with the banking system. So yeah, no one's really looking out for them. But luckily we are. And that's like the private key capital bank. So this is going to be rolling out very, very soon because Jay, our CEO for the Bitcoin Ben World Ventures and Private Key Capital, he was at a Washington conference this last week, and they had, was it Bukele there or one of the ladies in El Salvador who was giving a speech about the first fully backed bank, and they've been teasing this too. Like last August, we got the article on El Salvador plans the world's first Bitcoin bank, so that was a tease. And then there was, I think, another article, or the lady went on stage for the conference, and then after talking with Jay, she was like, guys, like, okay, El Salvador is at least a year away from getting our own bank and wallet and all that stuff out to you guys. But she said there is 2 other companies out there that are potentially going to be releasing their fully backed bank this year. So we have October, November, and December, 3 months for this to happen. So there's 2. I forget what the other one is, but they're thinking it's going to happen in December. But us, I believe I think we're in November that we're trying to do it. So if we can roll this out on the first, if we can roll this out being the first one, that is some huge credit going. It's like we are the first fully backed Bitcoin bank out there with so many opportunities, from custody to digital assets, Bitcoin backed loans, savings accounts, easy fiat on and off ramps, hold your Bitcoin, earn on your Bitcoin there, tokenized products, we can help merchants. So there is so much stuff going on. I was showcasing this page right here on this, and you can get to this page on bitcoinbenworldventures.com or go to bitcoinben.io down there in the corner. And I can take you this page to go for a little bit more of it. But no, I really recommend you watch this morning's video with Dr. J and his Bitcoin Thursday show, where he really talked about how our wallets are going to work and just the economics behind the bank and just what we've been doing so far. So if you want more information on Private Key Capital, definitely watch this morning's video on our channel. Now let's continue on with the news with, again, more adoption. I was talking about CBDCs out there, and so it's kind of like stable coins, but not really. But Uganda launches its CBDC pilot as Kenya's crypto bill passes its final hurdle. So Uganda CBDC is a digital version of the Ugandan shilling and has been deployed on a permission blockchain and backed by Ugandan treasury bonds. Now, Uganda has launched a central bank digital currency pilot as part of a broader tokenization effort across the African nation. While its neighbor Kenya is on the verge of enacting a crypto regulation bill, blockchain financial infrastructure company, the Global Settlement Network, has partnered with Uganda developer the Asante Group in an initiative to tokenize $5.5 billion of real-world assets, which also includes a CBDC pilot. Now, the company has announced on Wednesday that it comes as Kenya's Virtual Asset Service Providers, or the VASPs, bill passed through the country's parliament on Tuesday and now awaits President William Ruto's signature to become law. Now, sub-Saharan African regions south of the Sahara that include Uganda and Kenya were flagged as the 3rd fastest growing region for crypto adoption in September, and a report from blockchain data platform Chain Analysis after $205 billion of on-chain value was received between July 2024 and June 2025. Now, Uganda's CBDC backed by treasury bonds. So Uganda CBDC is a digitized version of the Ugandan shilling. It has been deployed on GSN's permission blockchain backed by Uganda treasury bonds and is accessible through a smartphone according to the GSN and the Diasente group. Okay, so like I said, it's not similar to stablecoins. Like if America had a CBDC, okay, that would be similar to a stablecoin. But this one is just a digital version of their already currency, the shilling out there. So it'll be pegged at that price right there. So there's a difference between a stablecoin and at least a CBDC, just chiming in on this article. But the pilot also adheres to both local and international compliance standards, including the Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering protocols. Now, meanwhile, the tokenization effort will focus on digitizing key flows across major sectors, including physical infrastructure such as agro-processing hubs, mining operations, and solar plants. Now, Edgar Agaba, the chairman of Diasente Group, said that the initiative hopes to unlock long-term value for our people and our region. Now, by integrating tokenization and CBDCs into Uganda's development roadmap, we're creating a transparent, tech-driven ecosystem that attracts new capital, empowers local industries, and scales sustainable growth from the ground up. Now, Nigeria was the first African country to launch a CBDC in 2021, according to a think tank that oversees developers at development institutions. Now, several other countries, such as Ghana and South Africa, have also piloted a CBDC. Egypt has a launch date of 2030, while Rwanda and Kenya are still in the research and public consultation phase of it. Now, Kenya's crypto bill passes its final hurdle. So Kenya's BASP bill, first introduced in January, established a licensing, consumer protection, and a framework for exchanges, brokers, wallet operators, and token issuers. Now, the bill passed the country's parliament on Tuesday after the third reading and now awaits the president's signature to become law. Now, under that legislation, the Central Bank of Kenya will oversee payments and custody functions, while the Capital Markets Authority will regulate investments and trading activity. And there are also KYC and AML provisions in line with the standards of the intergovernmental body. Now, the Financial Action Task Force and the rules against deceptive advertising, along with fines and other penalties. Now, Africa's crypto industry is growing. It estimates that over 75 million users will be in the crypto space in Africa by 2026, according to an online data platform from Statista. Now, with a user rate of 5.9%, the total revenue from the continent is projected to hit at least $5.1 billion by 2026. Now, stablecoins do account for approximately 43% of the sub-Saharan African region's total transaction volume, according to Chainalysis that was reported on October 2nd. Now, with Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, Kenya and Zambia making up to the top 5, Uganda was the 7th in place of just crypto's adoption out there. And yeah, so other countries are exploring CBDCs. Again, some are still in the pilot phase and studying it. This one looks like they just passed the final hurdle with the Kenya bill, so it looks like that's going to just continue going on. So again, some countries will work on a CBDC, which will just be a digital version of their already local currency, and then some countries will work on a stable coin, either pegged to the dollar or the euro, something like that. So that's what's going on in Uganda. Banks, governments, institutions, just getting involved with crypto. Let's take a quick commercial break right now, and I'll come back with our final 2 to 3 articles. I forget how many more I have, so we will be right back.
For years, banks promised innovation, but they gave us fees and friction and fine prints. Today, all that changes. Introducing Private Key Bank from Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club, the world's first Bitcoin native credit union. Rebuilt from the ground up in the heart of El Salvador, a place where your Bitcoin isn't just stored, it grows. Earn 4% interest paid in Bitcoin, compounded, secured, and accessible. No middlemen, no hidden games, just your money working for you. Send funds across borders instantly, without SWIFT codes, without currency conversions. Pay anyone, anywhere, with a tap of a finger. This isn't banking as usual. This is freedom, beautifully engineered. The future of finance is finally here.
And we are back. So yes, guys, if you want more Fresh Out of the Bank, give us a call at 941-413-8080. Now let's hop back into the news. Looks like Polymarket, the betting platform, which I gotta start using. It sounds fun, where you can bet on anything. Political decisions, who's going to win the Super Bowl, so sports, to basically anything you can bet on with these online betting platforms out there that utilize crypto. Because I think also the Polymarket business itself made the first, like the youngest billionaire. I think he's like only in his 20s when he created this. But we got two articles based around Polymarket, and the first one is they add Bitcoin deposits as the NYCE parent ICE eyes $2 billion investment. So Polymarket, the leading crypto-based prediction platform, now supports direct Bitcoin deposits, allowing users to fund their accounts with Bitcoin in addition to other supported cryptocurrencies. So nice. Now, Polymarket, the crypto-native prediction market, has added support for Bitcoin deposits, giving users a direct way to fund their accounts with Bitcoin along other existing crypto options. Now, the move coincides with Bitcoin's recent rally to all-time highs above $126,000, currently trading around 124. Well, that was today, this morning. I think now it dipped by the time the show to 121. Yeah, we're at 121, but it was like holding 123, 124 today. But yeah, that's the current price. But it reflects the growing demand for crypto-native funding options on prediction platforms. Now, Polymarket has taken the world by storm over the past 2 years, emerging as the largest prediction market, where users trade shares tied to the outcome of real-world events, essentially betting on what the future holds. Like, is Sherpa going to eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich today for lunch? People got 70% odds saying I will, 30% are saying no. Most likely it's a no. I really don't eat that many PB&Js, but I do love them. But the world's largest prediction market, Polymarket, now officially supports Bitcoin deposits. So you can transfer it, choose the supported token you want, and I guess at the minimum is $20. Now, only Polymarket traders are bullish about the Bitcoin price. About 83% of participants now predict that Bitcoin will hit $130,000 this year, while 52% and 35% are betting on $140,000 per coin and $150,000 respectively. Now, the total long-term betting volume has exceeded $30.6 million. Polymarket also accepts other cryptocurrencies and stablecoins like USDC, USDT, Ethereum, Polygon, or Solana. Now, NYCE parent eyes a major investment. So adding a layer of institutional intrigue, the Intercontinental Exchange, or ICE, owner of the New York Stock Exchange, is reportedly considering a $2 billion investment in Polymarket. If completed, the deal could value the platform between $8 billion and $10 billion, according to Wall Street Journal. Now, Shane Copland, the 27-year-old founder of Polymarket, has become is the youngest self-made billionaire after this investment. So per Bloomberg, just a few years ago, Copland was a NYU dropout building Polymarket from his bathroom after becoming fascinated by the potential of prediction markets. Now, Polymarket has already attracted notable investors, including 1789 Capital, backed by Donald Trump Jr., and acquired derivatives exchange QCX for $112 million, gaining a US CFTC license in the process. Now, Polymarket's expansion comes after navigating significant regulatory hurdles. In 2022, the CFTC fined the platform $1.4 million for unregistered activities, and the Department of Justice conducted an investigation that was closed in 2025. Now, founded in 2020, Polymarket gained traction during the 2024 U.S. presidential election and has since integrated Chainlink oracles for price-focused contracts and launched earning markets with U.S. clearance and competes with regulated rivals like Kashi. And Kashi was recently mentioned on the latest South Park episode, so it's not the first time, I covered an article on that, but it's not the first time crypto meets the mainstream media, whether it's on Simpsons, South Park, Big Bang Theory, popular shows out there, it hits that narrative. And Kashi, another platform, was on the latest episode. I believe they were betting on this season they're really making fun of Trump, so they're saying if him and Satan's baby was going to be a girl or a boy. But they mentioned Kashi, the betting platform for it. And I think, did they even mention Polygon? Our Poly Market? No, it's strictly just the Kashi one. Just another prediction betting platform out there if you want to take a shot at it. But I'm definitely want to give it a try because, again, I think they're getting more use cases. I can load up a Bitcoin, or I can even probably utilize my MetaMask because now that wallet is letting users bet on the platform. So that's our second article revolving Poly Market. So MetaMask is partnering with Poly Market to offer all markets on the prediction platform with the integration slated for later this year. So it's coming. So cool. So crypto wallet MetaMask will tap Poly Market later this year to expand its offerings to prediction markets, aiming to get in on a booming sector that has caught Wall Street's attention. Now, the integration will make Poly Market directly available through MetaMask's wallet, enabling users to buy and sell shares, but to bet on in real-world events from elections and sports to a company earning results. Now, MetaMask global product lead Gal Eldar told Cointelegraph that the partnership is part of the firm's goal to evolve from a crypto wallet into a gateway to global democratized finance. Now, each new feature expands what users can do with their financial assets. They can either trade, earn, invest, speculate, and diversify, all while maintaining full self-custody, he said. Now, the prediction markets on consensus-built MetaMask are being rolled out everywhere except the US, UK, France, Singapore, Poland, Thailand, Australia, Belgium, Taiwan, and Ontario, Canada. Now, prediction markets have become one of the crypto's hottest use cases, with adoption accelerating considerably around the time of the US election in November of 2024. Now, Wall Street is also paying attention, with Poly Market getting a $2 billion investment from New York Stock Exchange parent company Intercontinental Exchange on Tuesday, which valued the platform at $9 billion. That's what we just heard in the last article. Now, prediction markets volumes are cool. Trading volumes on prediction markets have cooled from their highs, but the two largest prediction market platforms, Poly Market and Kashi, respectively saw $1.4 billion and $2.74 billion in volume in September, surpassing the previous combined records of last November. DeFi Llama data shows this. Now, despite the volume of trades cooling, Elders said that the prediction markets are still one of the most powerful on-chain primitives because they're fundamentally about just truth-seeking. So when incentives are aligned and participation is broad, markets become self-correcting systems that push us closer to reality. So the deeper and more liquid they get, the faster they converge around the truth. Now, MetaMask has integrated Hyperliquid for perps trading. So it comes as MetaMask also launched perpetual futures through an integration with Hyperliquid on Wednesday as it seeks to capture the market share away from centralized exchanges in the booming perps market. Decentralized perps trading volume has exploded recently, tallying around $770 billion over the last month, with Hyperliquid leading the charge. However, those figures still pale in comparison to what centralized exchanges such as Binance generate, in part due to offering a simplified user experience. Now, MetaMask hopes its new feature improvements will give its users a more centralized exchange-like experience while also benefiting from the security benefits that decentralized platforms offer. So that's what's going on with the Poly Market Network and MetaMask, and also just Bitcoin being added to the Poly Market news. So those are the two articles I decided to share with you because, again, Poly Market's pretty cool. It's gaining traction, and it's just another fun platform that we get to utilize in this crypto and blockchain space. So that's what's going on over there. Now, lastly, I want to cover this article that I didn't really understand too much, but I wanted to just go through it to maybe get a better understanding. But the decentralized map paying for data that Google uses for free. So OpenLedger's latest addition of SenseMap to its on-chain AI ecosystem rewards users for verified real-world data, but can it compete? So let's see. Google uses it for free, but So OpenLedger, a blockchain infrastructure firm building out AI systems for transparent data distribution, is expanding its ecosystem with the addition of SenseMap, a new decentralized mapping network. Now, the platform enables users to contribute real-time information such as safety, crowd levels, and noise, all of which are verified on-chain and use a built-in open community-owned map. Now, in places, traditional maps overlook local contributors and can fill the gaps by sharing real-time context, roads, crowd density, safety, and accessibility details, Ram Kumar, core contributor at OpenLedger, told Decrypt. Now, each submission is tied to a verified on-chain identity and reviewed by the community of validators who earn reputation over time. Reliable contributors gain more influence in the system, while inaccurate or spam entries are flagged and penalized to maintain the trustworthiness of the data. Now, asked whether the open model risks low-quality data, Kumar said that accuracy is maintained through an on-chain reputation, staking, and validator review. Spamming isn't just discouraged, it's economically unstable, he said. Now, Alphabet, the parent company of Google, reported $82.5 billion in Google services revenue for quarter 2 of 2025, which is up from $73.9 billion a year earlier. Now, according to its latest earnings release, the services revenue segment includes maps such as Google Play. While the company does not break out map revenue, analysts have noted its commercial potential as far back as 2019, when Morgan Stanley, Brian Nowak, projected that Google Maps could generate roughly $4.8 billion annually. Now, later reports indicated that the platform ad revenue was on track to reach $11 billion by 2023. So Decrypt reached out to Google to confirm this figure and ask what they think of decentralized alternatives to their product. And OpenLedger claims that as SenseMaps expands its accuracy and improves rather than declines, driven by reputation based on a validation system that rewards consistent contributors and verifies every data point through its on-chain proof of attribution protocol. The protocol works by just linking each data contribution to its verifiable on-chain record, showing who created it, when, and how it's used on the downstream that AI models will use, ensuring that every new data point strengthens the network accuracy instead of diluting it, said Kumar. Now, as the network scales, trust is maintained through a reputation-based validation system. Kumar explained that the more consistent and reliable a contributor data is, the higher their validator is weighted. Now, other observers note that maintaining accuracy in a decentralized mapping depends less on centralized coordination and more on verifiable data. Now, trust comes from reproducibility. So Ari Tro, co-founder and CEO of decentralized physical infrastructure network XYO, told Decrypt that when multiple nodes reach the same result through cryptographic proofs, accuracy is established by consensus rather than control, Tro explained. He added that decentralized mapping works best where centralized data collection falls short, such as in developing regions, disaster zones, or rapidly changing urban areas where real-time verifiable updates are most needed. So we'll see if this works out. It's a cool idea because, again, this is what Google uses already, like just not on a blockchain. It's on their own servers. There are some lacks to it where it's like you need some current facts right on there. Rural areas of the country might not work too hot. So again, this just depends. It's a cool idea. It's kind of, again, everything's going to be blockchain. So who's going to come up with the idea to take that role of what the current system's using right now? So this was SenseMap for a decentralized mapping. Again, the more users they get, we'll see how their adoption plays out. If they get traction, people start using their app or whatever it is that they're going to use to keep track of your data, then it just improves it. So whether you're staking or whatever. So if it gets big enough, the verifiability is just a lot better. We could move over there, but again, Google's the top guy right now for this. They use it for free, and so maybe they're just trying to incentivize it by too. Because again, you're staking, you'll be earning a coin. What's that coin's value? I don't know, but again, there's probably some value to utilize the system. But that's what's going on with decentralized mapping systems out there right now, and that is our final article I have. Now let's take a look for the pricing. Where are we at? We are in a neutral territory at a 58 in our Fear and Greed Index. Bitcoin is currently sitting at 121,000. Ethereum is at 4,300. Looks like Tether reclaims its number 3 position, pushing down BNB token, but BNB is still above XRP, sitting at $2.79. But that is it for the news, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I got to get ready for our class we got going on later today in an hour. I'm still not done with that PowerPoint, but yeah, for all you members of the club, you should have received an email from me this morning with links to the class and tonight's meetup. So if you guys are in the Sarasota area, come on down to our crypto meetup at 6 o'clock, where we're talking about risk and reward. So when you want to dip into the altcoin space, just understand these in the back of your mind. So everyone, have an awesome Thursday, and I will see you guys again tomorrow with some more crypto news. So take care. Peace. Love.
What if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine? Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.